With the virus, the records show that our decision to focus first on protecting lives and then livelihoods has paid off. By February, globally, some 7.03% of those infected by COVID-19 had died. For Africa, the figure was 4.03%, about 251,444 people. In comparison, less than 0.89%, that is 1,445 people of infected people in Ghana died. May their souls rest in peace. Against all odds, but due to firm leadership, bold initiative, and responsive citizens, Ghana has so far collectively managed the virus remarkably well. But we knew that Ghana, like most countries in the world, had a tall list of coronavirus-induced bills to pay from 2020 and 2021, and came out of plans and policies to boost investor confidence and job prospects for 2022 and beyond. As you recall, we lost 13.1 billion of revenue and had to increase our expenditure by 14.2 billion, with combined fiscal impact of 26 billion Ghana cedis, about 6.8% of GDP in just 1 year. For government, 2022 was now the time to go full steam ahead in healing the economy to create jobs, especially for our young generation. This was evidenced by our growth figures, averaging 5.2% in 2021, up from 0.4% in 2020, and a startling 6.6% growth in the third quarter of 2021. We outline our comprehensive recovery program, the 100 billion CD Ghana Cares Obatampa program, to focus on the rail sector to do just that. Our 10 billion Ghana Youth Start program will be the most historic intervention for youth employment in our country. However, three things that we did not and could not predict hit us. That, one, that Parliament will approve government's 2022 budget statement, appropriation and its expenditure plans, and then turn around to vote against one of the key revenue generation measures that was being introduced, the e-levy. That the unyielding stance of the minority in Parliament against the e-levy would gravely affect investor confidence in our capacity to implement our programs and settle our debts, triggering a downgrading by credit rating agencies and now capital markets. Ladies and gentlemen, the third hit was the launch of the attack on Ukraine by Russia on February 24, 2022. The war in Ukraine could not have come at a worse time for the global economy. Already, global efforts towards economic recovery from the devastation wreaked by the coronavirus pandemic were being disturbed by supply chain disruptions, surging inflation, and uncertainties in the financial markets with anticipated hikes in interest rates. After February 24, we saw a sharp hike in global oil prices, food prices shocks, especially wheat, oil and gas price hikes, capital risks aversion, flight to safety, affecting private capital flows to emerging markets as a whole, and all with serious macroeconomic implications. For example, crude oil prices per barrel increased by 75.3% from $74.17 in December 2021, when the 2022 budget was passed, to $130 on 7th March 2022, before moderating to $115 as of today. Crude oil prices crossed the $100 mark for the first time since September 2014. We recall that prior to the pandemic, we had built resilience through the implementation of bold and prudent economic measures. By April 2019, we had successfully, as a country, completed the 4-year IMF program. We did so and more by achieving an annual average real growth, GDP growth of 7% between 2017 and 2019, from 3.4% in 2016, maintaining a fiscal deficit below 5% of GDP for 3 consecutive years, maintaining a positive primary balance for 3 consecutive years, which put our debt on a sustainable path, lowering lending rates by over 10 percentage points, restructuring the banking sector to protect the savings of 4.6 million depositors, and strengthening the financial sector. So far, government has spent over 25 billion since 2018 to clean up the financial sector, reducing inflation from 15.4% in December 2016 to 7.6% in 2019, and preserving the integrity of the local industry. Improving gross international reserves to reach 8.6 billion, or about 4 months of import cover by 2020. Introducing the most ambitious social welfare policy ever seen in our country, the Free SHS program. Constructing and rehabilitating more roads, cumulative of about 6,000 any other government in our history. Employ more new teachers, nurses, doctors, agri extension officers, and young graduates than any government in our history, saving the entire financial sector from inherited neglected crisis that has cost government some 25 billion.